Hello, welcome to Let's Play For Honor. In this episode we will be going over the Raider. I love the walrus skull. Big fan. But yeah, this is the Raider, the big, tough, brawny Viking Vanguard character. They're pretty straightforward. They're sort of a disabler, as you'll be seeing in this basic video and then the advanced video. Also, I apologize if my voice sounds a little hoarse. I have a cold. The biggest utility that the Raider has is their charging grapple attack, their shoulder charge, where they pick up an opponent and carry them off and either throw them or slam them against something and concuss them. Of course, when concussed, an opponent cannot see which side you are coming from. There is no little red indicator or white flash for them. They can visually see your movement and animation, but if they're not quick enough, they won't be able to reply in kind. That on top of this big zone attack that is unblockable makes the Raider pretty fearsome. Now, being a grappler, the Raider is very good at pushing opponents into each other. If you're fighting multiple people at once, you can grab one and then push them into the other to take away stamina from both of them. The actual attacks of the Raider are generally very slow. This is something that actually slips me up when I fight them because I'm used to reflex parrying. As you can see, I don't have a long time on the Raider. Filming for this video was actually me learning a lot about how to play the Raider. Originally, I used to be pretty bad at the Raider, but now I'm fine after recording for this. I also don't want to just repeat what we're seeing in the video. You can read, hopefully. If you can't, then I don't know. I could, I guess, do another video where I just read out the text. If people were interested in that, but I doubt it. When you're playing as the Raider, you want to be very aware of the environment around you. You want to be able to tell when you're able to slam somebody into something or throw them off of anything. Now, at the same time, you want to be a bit careful with your shoulder charge, because you can take enemies into an area that is more advantageous to them on accident. Or, if you're in the middle of a team fight, you can take them out of the battle with your teammates, which could be good or bad, depending on the scenario. You also could, like I've done before when I'm just not paying attention, end up charging your enemy straight back into their allies so that you're all alone fighting them. Doesn't go so well usually. Now, primarily the footage we'll be seeing will be of me doing better than I usually do. As I said, I'm still learning the Raider. I know enough to be decent as them. This one I included just because it was a bit funny. This is my ally, and they're going to use a lot of streak bonuses to take out these two. With my own life not being much in their consideration. But it worked out in the end. Shoulder charging in to separate one of the opponents, allowing it so that your teammate can focus on one while you attack the other. That way they can't easily gang up. And he noticed there's 3 of us, so he's just gonna run away. Oh yeah, you've probably noticed all the skeletons. This is the Halloween special for Honor. Well, the Halloween event. I was going to do a video for an actual Halloween special. But we'll see if I can really make enough content to do that. You've always got to remember when you can revenge, because you'll be able to wait for an opponent to hit you and then revenge right at that moment and knock them down. You can use that to get a lot of easy kills.
You captured Zone C.
What I was doing there is I'm using my body to block the Orochi so that I can just keep on healing from the capture point. It's a bit of a dirty tactic, but comes in really handy at a pinch, because I would have already been dead if not for doing that. Now, here's what I was talking about with being wary of where you're charging to. I charged them straight into a bunch of skeletons. The skeletons actually deal massive amounts of damage compared to the normal minions. Complete mistake on my part. Here's again me not really thinking. I should have completely just charged them and brought them away. So my ally was not doing well against them in single combat. Here's another funny one. Watch the left. And there they went. For Honor is plagued by connection issues. Usually it's okay, it's decent, but sometimes you enter matches and it's just almost unplayable. Sometimes it helps you out, sometimes it hinders you. For instance, this is probably going to go to advantage to me. Yep. If you're in the midst of a swing and the connection problem comes up, generally it will unlock everyone. And that means if you're in the middle of a swing, your hit's going to land and they're not going to have their guard up. The Raider is considered a very powerful character in the meta, from what I've seen of tournaments, because there are actual esports for Honor. They're not balanced at all, from what I've seen. I remember seeing a few matches which are just 2 people playing as a Raider, running back and forth, trying to charge into each other so that they can set up an infinite chain to kill each other.
You captured Zone B.
It's a shame. I did get that 1 kill, but not enough. It's a good idea to do your dashing forward attack your dashing forward light attack in the midst of combos, because you'll concuss your opponent. It can be really quick as a strike too and catch them off guard. Sometimes people will do this where they'll sit there to revive a teammate, not noticing that their other teammate is currently being executed. You can interrupt an execution from the outside, and in doing so, you'll make it so that the other person can still be revived. It can really depend on the scenario of which one you want to do. When fighting the Raider, you want to be ready to parry an overhead attack at any moment, because of that dash attack that concusses. You also want to be ready at the end of every combo to try to parry the unblockable zone attack. It's very common to use at the end of any combo.
You captured Zone A.
And off they go. Recording this was a little bit frustrating because of, again, I was learning the Raider, but more so all of the connection problems. You may wonder why I hit so hard right there. When you're in revenge mode, depending on the character, you'll get different bonuses. Oh yeah, and your grapple attacks actually deal damage, like you saw with that knee to the face killing them. It was really hard to get a recording without connection problems. And right there, that was actually a mistake to do. Because if I didn't get the execution off, they could still get revived, while I couldn't. Here we're about to see a little bit of karma. Off they go. And then me. I'd honestly deserve that. The Shigoki still gives me problems. I really hate fighting this class. Their attacks are just slow enough that I parry at the wrong moment always, and I don't face them often enough to really be prepared. But I like that the Raider can just throw them off, but I'll see you next time.